Hey now, so today I want to get back to some autograph analysis. Haven't been able to do it for a while, computer broke down, but now it's back. So I want to do a toughie today, and that is Roberto Clemente. And the reason why he's so tough is that he had his good friend slash driver slash even bodyguard for a time. His name was Phil Dorsey. Phil Dorsey became so good at his autograph in the late 60s, early 70s that Roberto Clemente basically turned over all his fan mail to Phil Dorsey, and Phil would sign his autograph for him. And when the TPAs first started coming out, they didn't even know the difference. It was that good between a Phil Dorsey Secretarial autograph and a Roberto Clemente autograph. Now, I just want to bear in mind, I'm not going to talk a lot about the forgeries of Roberto Clemente. It's a very tough autograph to forge, but they're out there. They look a little different. I really can't get into them because there's so many different variants. But what you really see is the Phil Dorsey signed autograph. So I wanted to show you the little tricks and trades after I show you the Roberto Clemente autograph I own currently. So this, as you can see, is my Roberto Clemente autograph. I bought this. This was originally the family of Roberto Clemente had an estate sale for a bunch of his autographs. I think it was through Hunt about maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And this is one of the pieces that came out of it. It was a signed loan document agreement with the original mailing envelope right here. Of course, I took it to my framer. You know the importance of a good framer. And he really made it really nice. I love the way it came out. Love, 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 is one of a baseball collector would say. So, but let's do a little closer at the autograph itself. So if you look here, the key to a good Roberto Clemente autograph really is right here. That's how I can tell is this 6, and there's a little dash. I don't know if you could see that. Hopefully you can. This is actually one of the more neat autographs you'll see because it was a signed document. It wasn't rushed. He sat down and signed this, and actually everything about this is filled in his own hand, which is cool. I had a cut for a while, but I really wanted an upgrade, mostly because the Phil Dorsey autographs are so good. I've seen a lot of cuts certified, and the only way I felt comfortable to have a Clemente autograph is to have a legal document. So it was a check or this, and this was a good price, so I picked it up. So now that we saw some good Roberto Clementes, let's start looking at some bad Roberto Clementes. This is the classic photo when you wrote to Roberto and Phil was signing his autographs for him. Classic right here. So as you can see, nice big 6. It is not at all what you would expect to see from a Roberto Clemente autograph. In addition, this capital E at the end is a telltale sign. Run, if you see that. Let's take a look at some more ones right here. Another classic one right here. Hopefully you can see that big 6, big 6. Those big 6s, I just don't like them. Whenever I see that, I cringe, to be honest, and it's another sign of run. Now, what else here is a good sign that Dorsey would do that Clemente wouldn't? He signed almost upwards. It's not a cross, but it's actually going up. So again, when you see that, it's usually not a good sign. Take a look at some more big 6. Big 6. This is the Dorsey. I know it is. It's displayed that way. Here's another one. There's a nice big 6 right here. The top much closer, but the bottom one, again, look for that big 6. It doesn't look like he's trying to close in on that E right there. One more. Again, the classic pose. And Roberto did sign these. It's not like if you see this run, it's automatically bad. But this one, again, it's going more upward. Big 6s. I know this is a Dorsey. It's been exposed as one. Stay away. Finally, and hopefully you can see this. This is a little different. This one's going to be a little tougher here. This is another Dorsey one, but I just lost it. Give me a second, please. The thing with this Dorsey one is, if you could see it, it is a lot of, I don't know what it is. You can't really make it out, but it's a really good example. I know this has been exposed as a Dorsey, but if you look at it, you really need a good TPA to tell the difference. So now that we did that, I always love to do my favorite thing, and that's go shopping on eBay. So let's take a look at this one for good versus bad. So let's blow up the picture here. And again, hopefully you can see this. Now, problem with this Dorsey, it is a Dorsey. The seller's even telling you right away it's Dorsey. But again, signed straight up. You see how it's signed up like that? No chance it's good. The seller even admits it's not good. So let's go look at some more. Let's go to the next page where we're going to get into the 4-figure range for Clemente. And again, it's very rare even to get a cut these days for less than $4,000. You may find them on a faded baseball like you see here. Let's see. Beautiful, 100% guarantee. So it has to be real, right? They guaranteed it. Authenticator. Oh, no authentication, but it's got to be right. It's signed across. The problem is it looks like a 6, but a lot of the autographs in the black. So I wouldn't even feel comfortable buying this without seeing it in person. I like to smell. I like to feel my autographs. Get it real close, even though this is a good picture. It may be real. I don't know. Not saying it's not. Let's keep going down. Oh, look at this one. Classic Dorsey. Let's take a look here. We have the big 6 right here. A capital E at the end. Let's see who authenticated this. Not authenticated. Surprise. Wow. Yet, they still want $1,400 for it. What a bargain, right? Again, the cuts usually are good. He signed a lot at the stadium. He was a decent signer at the stadium. So I tend to stay away from the cuts. And baseballs, again, usually the baseballs are good, especially the team-signed balls. And the reason is people weren't mailing the team-sized balls to Phil Dorsey to sign. They weren't putting them in the mail. So let's take a look at this one here. I actually like this one, believe it or not. I don't see the big 6s. Clemente, I mean, it's a different ending than you usually see, but I like how it's going across. Let's take a look here. Is there a COA? Of course, there's no COA. Stood in line at a department store. I would pass this if I worked for a TPA. I got to be honest with you. I think it's good. Baseballs. Let's keep going down. Let's see here. Here's another one. Oh, here's the classic pose that we talked about. But yeah, I think Roberto actually did sign this one himself. Again, it's going across. It's not a big 6. You see how it's trying to come in right here. Hopefully you can see that. And another good sign with Roberto is this little dash. If you look at the checks and everything, we'll get to that. He'd like to put that dash at the end. So let's get to the real high dollar. No one, let's see here. Let's get to the bottom of this page. Let's go to the high. I sorted these from low to high. Let's take a look here. Team photo with Steve Gratz, COA. I know Steve fairly well. And knowing Steve, let's see. I see a big 6 right here. I see another big 6. It's signed pretty high going upward. I don't like it. Let's see here if there's really a Beckett COA or a PSA with this. So I'm going to go down. Only accept PayPal. Steve Gratz is the principal authenticator at Beckett Authentication. Of course he is. But of course, I don't see the real COA. I see a Mastronet, who of course is out of business now, and I think Bill Mastro's still in jail. So again, they sold some good stuff. That's not why he's in jail. Don't like this at all. I would stay away. And then finally, now we're getting into the contracts, the checks, the really nice stuff here. So here's a check. If you could see that. You see how it's sort of wrapping around the E, but it's not a big 6. Same thing here. There's no 6. He went all the way around the little dash. Of course, this is real. It's a check. Love checks. But you're going to spend, at minimum, even anywhere, if you get a deal, $3,000 for a heavily canceled check. So here's a nice check. Let's take a look at this one. Oh, this is beautiful. See, again, this is a good one. I like the little dash at the end. It's not a big 6. It looks more like he's trying to get to the E here. Here's the O here. This is about as good as you're going to get for your money, although it's not that cheap, obviously. So I hope that helped. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you have a Clemente in your collection? Again, a lot of people that have them have cuts in baseballs because these are the easiest and best ways to get one at a reasonable price and have comfort that they're real. So I hope you learned something and keep collecting.